So over the years, I reviewed almost every Unihertz 8849 tank smartphone, and it's been great in some key areas. I've been using some of them as my daily drivers. Well, another year, another tank device. So I have the brand new Tank 4 Pro. Is this the future of rugged smartphones? Let's go down and remove all these tank devices out of the screen here, and let's get to the unboxing of this new Tank 4 Pro. So as you can see, looking at the box, it's a traditional tank box. So when opening up the box, you're greeted to the tank itself, also a user manual, 2 screen protectors, which one is already installed on the device. You get a 120 watt charger and charging cable. Now, the price of the Tank 4 Pro will come in at about $649, which is pre-ordered right now. I will leave links down in the description below. But I've been having the Tank 4 Pro for about a week. And so let me give you my thoughts about it. Sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Zach back with another video. So another year, another tank device. So I've been using the Tank 4 Pro for about a week. And the look, the feel, the performance has been enhanced a little bit, right? Feels really different in the hand compared to the Tank 3 Pro. Look, let's go to talk a little bit about the specs. So the Tank 4 Pro has a 6.73-inch 1440p AMOLED 120 Hz display. Now it's rocking a Dimensity 8300 Ultra processor. You could get it with 16 or 18 gigs of RAM. You got 512 gigs of storage, SD card support, dual SIM support, and stuff like that. Now the battery is 11,600 milliamp, which is a little lower from the Tank 3 Pro. Now in the rear, you got a 50 megapixel camera, 64 megapixel night vision, and a 50 megapixel telephoto lens. Now as far as video, the Tank 4 Pro can shoot 4K up to 30 frames per second. Now this device is running Android 14 to boot. But the star of the show is the projector. Yes, the projector is back. Now, this is a feature that's really nice. I've been using this feature throughout the tank generation, and it's been a very good feature. Now, if you're going on a camping trip or you're in the garage or something, this comes in handy. Now, as far as the weight, 520 grams. That's right. It's lighter than a Tank 3 4 Mistacity, 696 grams. That's right. We're going to talk more about both of these devices. But yes, this is a light upgrade compared to the Tank 3 Pro. It's a huge upgrade as far as the weight coming from the Tank 3 Pro to the Tank 4 Pro. But let's talk more about it. Okay, so what's so new about the Tank 4 Pro coming from the Tank 3 Pro, right? Let me break this down a little bit. First, the processor. Now the Tank 3 Pro that I got right here is rocking a Dimensity 8200. The Tank 4 Pro has a Dimensity 8300 Ultra processor, so it's more powerful than the Tank 3 Pro. Now, as far as the display, that's the difference also. The Tank 3 Pro has a 6.79-inch IPS 120 Hz display. Now the Tank 4 Pro is a 6.73-inch 1440p AMOLED 120 Hz display. So it is different, and it's a lot better display. Now let's talk about the battery. The battery is different here. On the Tank 3 Pro has a huge 23,800 milliamp battery. Now this device lasts forever and ever and ever when it comes down to battery life. Well, the Tank 4 Pro scaled it down a little bit to 11,600 milliamp battery. This is a downgrade coming from the Tank 3 Pro. But what is a huge upgrade is the weight. 530 grams here compared to 696 grams here. Plus, the build quality is a little slimmer than the Tank 3 Pro. Now, not lastly, but the Tank 3 Pro is running Android 13 to boot. The Tank 4 Pro is running Android 14 to boot, and both of them have L3 support, just so you know. And so hopefully we will get updates for both of these devices up to Android 15. But right now, we're on Android 14 on the Tank 4 Pro. And that kind of some of the differences that I saw so far having this device for about a week. Okay, so let's talk about the performance. The Tank 4 Pro is just simply amazing when it comes down to performance. It's speedy, 120 Hz display is great. 16 gigs of RAM on this device is absolutely great, right? It flies through everything that you throw at it. Now, it's not the 8 Elite processor, just let's make sure we understand that. But the performance does a very good job. So if you want a rugged device that has flagship performance, the Tank 4 Pro definitely is the device to consider if you're looking at a rugged style device with the power at hand. Next, let's talk about these cameras. Now, on paper, these cameras sound good, right? On paper. But we all know that, the cameras on most Tank devices is just okay. Now, the night vision is really good. I really do like the night vision. But as far as the cameras here on this device, the still footage is a lot better than the Tank 3 Pro, which I had issues with some type of artifact, and I documented that on a few videos. But when you look at the Tank 4 Pro, so far, so good. No artifacting. The still shots is really good. The video's a little jumpy. No optical image stabilization, but the quality of the still footage is really good. If you want to use the video, you can shoot 4K up to 30 frames per second, and it would give you okay footage. Stay tuned for a full video between the Tank 3 Pro and the Tank 4 Pro when it comes down to the camera system. Yes, I will do a Tank camera review so y'all guys can see the difference between both of these devices. So stay tuned for that. So one thing is that's a huge upgrade on the Tank 4 Pro is the display. 1440p AMOLED 120 Hz display is really good. The colors is deep, it's black, it's really good. Now it does have a big glare in the daytime. Like if you're outside, it's definitely going to have a glare on it. But as far as the quality of the display panel on this device, outshining the Tank 3 Pro, right? When you talk about displays, the display on this device is a lot better. I like the colors. It's a really beautiful display for a rugged device. So yeah, the Tank 4 Pro does have a better display than the Tank 3 Pro. Okay, so the star of the show, as we all know with these Tank devices, is the projector. Now the projector is a 720p with 100 luminance. Now the quality is exceptionally, listen, coming from a smartphone, and I want to address that, right? A smartphone. Now, if you ever saw a real projector, you know how huge a projector is. And that's a 1080p projector, be this big. Now we talking about a smartphone. So I don't think you can cram a huge projector sensor in a smartphone to give you above 1080p, but 720p quality is really good here. Again, this is a smartphone with a projector on it. So my expectations is not one of those huge 1080p 4K projectors. Obviously, you can't fit a sensor this big in a smartphone this small. So it has to have compromises when it comes down to the projector. And to me, I love the colors. I love the projector. And plus with the loudspeakers, it really does its due diligence. It makes a very good experience. I would recommend using Bluetooth speakers if you have an audience that's watching a movie. But the 720p projector on this device with autofocus and stuff like that works very well. So yes, the star of the show, the projector, is on point, baby. So here it is, the Tank 4 Pro, me having it for about a week. This is not a full review. This is my thoughts of having this device about a week. Now, it's what I expected from 8849. Long battery life, powerful performance, a beautiful display, a very good projector. The cameras are okay. I mean, they're better this time than they was before. Listen, I have plenty of videos coming out for this device. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, there are some compromises, and I talk about this a lot. Android 14, to me, this device should be on Android 15. We know this already. Wideband L3. Now, that is strange because the Dimensity processors is powerful enough to have the security to play L1, but it's Right now, it's rated at L3 support. Now, what does wideband L3 means? That means that you're going to watch Netflix and other services that's going to be at HD instead of full HD or 4K. Now, on YouTube, yes, you can look at 4K content or 1440p content on these devices. But if you watch a Netflix, since it's rated at L3, then it won't process above 720p, just so you know. Also, the battery life, I'm still working with it. It's a downgrade from the Tank 3 Pro, so I'm still working with it because it's a huge battery difference coming from the Tank 3 Pro to the Tank 4 Pro. But stay tuned for the full review of the Tank 4 Pro. This is the Tech Preacher. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Tank 4 Pro in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.